What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining me on D's Analysis. We're going to be looking at MicroStrategy, and we're going to be checking out the MSTR divided by Bitcoin. So as you can see, we've been going down this downtrend, touched it 3 times. It looks like we might get a 4th touch. Now, I wonder if it's going to be a repeat of these exact same moves. Are we going to run up and get a fat wick back down? Something like that. Retest this level of support and continue down. Hopefully not. That's not what I want to see. It's not what anybody wants to see who's long. We want to see that momentum breakout. Maybe get a close above this wick, come back, retest, or no retest. I'm fine with that too, and just run up. Our next level of support, or resistance actually, would be at this level right here, the 350 level. So maybe we get a chop here, but I think 350, and after 350, I see 400. After 400, I think we see all-time highs. We might get a little stutter here at 450 or something like that, but those are the levels I'm seeing. 350, 400, 450. And then all-time highs. That's what I'm seeing. But with MicroStrategy, it moves so quick that it could probably run through all of those in no time. See how it plays out? Today was an amazing day. We closed up this gap we talked about the other day. We said we had an idea that it could happen because we got this close here on Wednesday back into this range, and it was a pretty good sign. We ended up closing back below, but then today we pushed right back up. So that's a great sign on Bitcoin. Go back to MicroStrategy. This was an amazing day. We closed back above this level. Now the next move potentially could be that this horizontal level, crack this, and move on up. That's what we're hoping for. And this would have been a perfect play out of the trend line and long-term support that we've been respecting. The horizontal level, this downtrend, we're still holding that bull flag. Things are just looking very good right now. I'm cautiously optimistic at the moment just because I know how quick MicroStrategy can run up. Like if you look here, it ran up these 2 days. These are 2 days. It ran up 30%. And then 3 trading days later, we're back down a total of 20, 25%, something like that. So it happened so quick that I'm cautiously optimistic, but this is definitely a great start to the next leg up. Hopefully it is starting right now, and this was a bottom. Maybe we ended up actually getting a double bottom. Maybe that's what we were looking at. Maybe that was what we had going on here. We had something like that. Boom. A nice little double bottom. They're perfectly aligned at the bottom, and maybe that's what we're looking at. I'm okay with that. That sounds good right there. See, even if we push up further, that'd be awesome. In terms of the Bollinger Bands, we're still looking good. We had that bounce off the green band that we were speaking of in confluence with the horizontal level, long-term trend line, a lot of things under price, which we talked about previously. On the weekly, Bollinger Bands, I mean, that's it's perfect, literally perfect. Especially on the weekly too, this is a strong close on the weekly. Getting a strong wick from 230 and closing up to almost $300, I mean, that is very bullish, very, very bullish. So see if we can push up to this blue level, crack that, and move on up to the red and take off from there. SMAs, we bounced off the 50 week, very bullish. I mean, there's so many things underneath price, which we called. We were talking about that. There's a lot of things underneath price. There's a lot of confluence. There's a lot of reasons to be biased towards the upside at the moment, or at this moment. We don't know what's going to happen next, of course. But we are above the 20 and the 200 on the daily, looking good. And we have to crack above this 50. Let's take a peek at the volume. The volume's looking good. We need to start getting some candles, above these here. We need some big ones like that so we can take off. MicroStrategy is one of those stocks though that once you build that momentum, it is hard to stop. Bitcoin will go up 2%. MicroStrategy will somehow go up like 12% in a day. I don't even understand it. But that's when the MNAV starts getting going and the sentiment is insane. The volume's through the roof. You start seeing those crazy days. So what we've been speaking of on the MACD, it's actually looking awesome. We got an uptrend, starting to create an uptrend. This is starting to curl back up again, and we're actually starting to see green candles starting to form here on the daily, which is perfect. On the weekly, I'm sure we're still bearish, of course. Yeah, we are. It's going to take a lot of time for that to happen. Let's see if we can get something where this starts to curl back up. Hopefully we don't even touch this midline. We just curl from here. That'd be nice. See how it plays out. RSI, we're at the midline on the weekly, looking good, pushing upward. Daily, we're pushing up, making higher lows and higher highs. We actually kind of spoke about that, where we saw price here at the same level, but then we did see some divergence where the RSI is going up, but price hasn't gone anywhere. That's what we were saying there. Maybe MicroStrategy was building up a little bit of momentum that we didn't even notice until boom, now we got that move where we're trying to catch up to the RSI. Things to take note of. That's why we talk about this stuff on a daily basis. That's why I give you daily updates, just to see if we can find anything that can help us make better decisions or get better entries on our long-term positions and stuff like that. So that's what we're here for. And then we're going to take a fib. Of course, you know, I like my golden zones. Can't have a video without a golden zone being talked about. Pull it from the start of this move to the top. So we pulled it from bottom to the top. We got our golden zone right here, 0.5 to the 0.618. Very reliable. We got a bounce off this horizontal level, and we closed back within the golden zone, which is good because this was looking very bearish, because it was looking like we had a close here. Maybe we were pushing up to retest and push down, but now we closed back within the golden zone. So hey, maybe in the next move is to break out, retest the golden zone, and make our way up. Let's see how it goes. That'd be nice to see. On the longer term, when you pull it back from this move all the way back to January 2024, this was a perfect play off the 618. So either way, we're bouncing off the golden zone. This one's showing that we're actually outside of the golden zone if you take it from this low over here. But that is very bullish. That's exactly what you want to see in an uptrend, showing that the uptrend is still strong and momentum is ready to push back up to the upside. And then this one was exciting to see. So this is MSTR divided by Bitcoin. So this goes to show whenever MicroStrategy starts to outperform Bitcoin. Today we got to close above this downtrend, finally. We've been in a downtrend since November 21st, 2024. We've been in a downtrend completely. We have not closed outside of here. We finally broke out today and got a close. That is amazing. That's exciting. Doesn't mean anything's going to happen yet, so don't get too excited, but we ended up getting a push back down, and now this is right back up to this level. This is what we need to see. We need to see this outperformance of MicroStrategy over Bitcoin. Big sign right here. If we can get this thing to ramp up, that's going to be key right there. So breaking out of this downtrend is a huge step to the next leg up. Let's see how it plays out. Nothing's guaranteed, not financial advice. I'll see you in the next one.